Hello, everyone. I'm Jesus, and welcome to the next episode of The Road to Old School MTG. So this is a bit of a different video. All of the other videos have been dedicated towards old school 93-94 format. This video, I'm breaking away from that because I am going to be participating in a new format, and it is called Alice. That is short for Alliances and Ice Age. So it's still quote unquote old school in terms of it's from the early days of Magic. It's literally right after what counts as 92-94 old school. And honestly, this is actually my where I fell in love with the game, with the Ice Age set, and then right after the Alliances. So even though I technically started in Revised, I had very little cards from that era. I only purchased, from what I remember, only one pack of Revised, and then I just got gifted other cards because I showed an interest in the game, and then I was just gifted the cards to start. But when I really got into it, and then I made a conscious effort to buy more packs and become more involved, was during Ice Age. So it has that era has a special place in my heart. That's when I fell in love with the game. So that was a main reason why I wanted to now go into this new format. So I have a few packages, pretty hefty ones. So I have definitely over 100 cards here. And the deck I'm building here is a red-green aggro land destruction deck, which is something I had at that time I had been building. So it's pretty cool to actually build something that I had actually used. For the old school decks that I've showed you, a lot of those cards I had never ever owned, never ever played with. Dual lands, never play them. Ice Manipulator, I played them with in Ice Age, but I never owned ABU Ice Manipulator, right? So most of these cards I just knew about in terms of the history of the game, but I never had personal experience with them. This is where my personal experience largely lies in, at least initially, when I was first getting into the game in Ice Age and Alliances. So what I'm going to do, definitely seems like it's going to be a long video, over 100 cards. So what I want to start with is I want to show the deck that I am building. Well, now I have the card, so I guess I've built it. I'm using the program Cockatrice, I believe it's called. Yeah. And very nice, helpful program. You can actually play online games using that program. And then you'd have to spend a penny, right? And then you can play against other online players. But I use it as a card resource in terms of, just the list, but mainly for deck testing through online, because that way it just saves the hassle of actually getting the cards. You can actually build a whole deck and then practice against, just by yourself. If you want to, I guess you can join some kind of an online league, just practice it there before you make the commitment of purchasing things, right? Or maybe you have the cards, or maybe just missing some cards, and you want to kind of, before you buy the missing components, you want to kind of test it out before you make the commitment of buying those missing components. Hey, is this actually going to work out? So it's just a great tool. I really haven't been using it that much, especially for my previous videos, right? For my previous decks in old school. But I actually have created a new Batamgeddon deck for the next upcoming online tournament, and I used Cockatrice to test it out. And then once I liked it, then I just put the actual cards because I had all those cards. And then now, so it's just a time saver. It's easier to swap things out. Okay, this didn't work, let me try that, right? Without actually having to touch any cards. So I use that a lot for this because I basically tested out the deck that I wanted to create before I made the commitment of buying the cards. So here they are. But I just want to show how the deck is going to look. It's still not 100% finalized because, you know, just tweaking it here and there online. Well, I guess not online, through the program, Cockatrice program. But I just wanted to show that aspect of it because it might be helpful for a lot of people if they don't know about this program, or you don't want to make any commitment in terms of paying anything, right? You just like the old school, you know, format. You're a fan of it, but you don't want to actually spend any money in it. This is a nice option. So I just want to go through that. I want to go through actually some of my personal collection of Ice Age and Alliances cards. So this box over here, this thing is 25 years old, more than that. So it's kind of cool to go back there and actually get some cards from my own personal collection for this. You know, just giving the full rundown of the cards, the list, what I have and didn't need to buy, and then which is very little. I needed to buy most of it. And you know, just give a full scope of everything. All right, so let me start with the Cockatrice program because I want to show how that works and then how I developed the idea for this new Alice deck. All right, so this is the program itself. So start local game. So right, so here I just put it set as one. I'm just playing myself mock games, but I've used this program like many years ago. So this is an old program. I guess used for actual online games. So but for here, it's just myself here. I'm going to load the deck. It's called, I have two versions. Oops, my mistake. Do I? Yeah, I do have two. Land Destruction and then Land Destruction 2. It just has minor differences. I'm still, like I said, tweaking. I'll show the original idea that I have. All right, so this is cool because it gives you a full rundown of everything visually broken up by components. So the deck that I envisioned initially for Balduvian Hordes, the images here is hit or miss. It might give you, like for Carplusan Forest, right? It gives you the actual Ice Age image. Pyroblast also, right? So some of them, but Incinerate doesn't, right? So, you know, just it gives you whatever it gives you. So for Balduvian Hordes, for, well, 3 Finehorn Owls, 1 Lorgoyf, 3 Phyrexian War Beasts, 3 Storm Shaman, 2 Yavimaya Ants. So those are the creatures. So aggro, right? So cheap, quick creatures. So Storm Shamans I had never actually played with, but as I was researching the Alice format, this seems like a creature that gets used a lot. So I'm giving it a shot, and I do like additional aggro for wild growths, for direct damage, for at least for instance, for incinerates, and then for the land destruction component, and then also just a little more other stuff. 2 Forgotten Lords. So this is the regrowth of Ice Age. Not as strong, of course. Here in the corner, whatever you click on, it shows you the picture, right? So, and then it has the text right there of what it does. Right? So 2 Lava Bursts, 4 Pillage, 4 Stone Rains, and then 2 Thermocars. So 4, 8, 10 land destruction. So it's like, at least this version, I didn't necessarily wanted to eliminate all their lands, right? Just wanted to eliminate a lot of it, right? Just mess up the game plan. And I might show the other version too, right? Now I'm leaning towards committing to full land destruction, actually. You know, trying to get the opponent at 0 lands. So I have now 4 Thermocars in the other version, right? But I'll talk about the other one a little later. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 forests, 2 Heart of Yavimayas, 4 Carplusan Forest that give you red and green. Pain lands is called, right? So, but gives you colorless for free, or you can pay 1 life to get red or green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mountains, and then 1 Thawing Glacier. So this is a pretty cool card. I always wanted it. Never open one. And then for the sideboard, 2 giant trapdoor spiders, 2 gorilla shamans, 2 woolly spiders, 3 pyroblasts. These are the red elemental blast and blue elemental blast to do the same thing. So 3 pyroblasts, 2 honor keys, 2 essence filter, 2 pyroclasms. I don't think that my sideboard has changed from the other one. I'm just playing with this one. So I guess I'll show the other one, might as well. So same thing. And no, remember, all of this I've done through the program. I haven't even, I did a lot of this before I even purchased the cards, a lot of testing out through this program. And then once I knew, strongly what I wanted, then I made the purchase. And like I said, this is over 100 cards, right? So a deck is only 60 cards plus 15 cards sideboard, right? So I bought a full playset of most of the cards anyway, right? So if I decide to drop a couple and then add a couple more here and there, it doesn't make a difference to me because I have 4 of them anyway, right? Of most of these cards. All right, so let me do the second. This is the current version that I'm testing. It's mainly the same. I've played around a little with the creatures. 3 Baduvian hordes. I've been thinking the drawback is a bit too strong for the Baduvian hordes. 1 deadly insect, just having something more beefy. These are 6/1, cannot be targeted. Still a Lorgoth, only 2 Federation beasts, war beasts, because I'm kind of afraid of the drawback there. 3 Storm Shamans, still 2 Yarmai ants here. If you notice, no Finehorn elves here, because main reason is I'm seeing a lot of pyroclasm being used. So I didn't want to have anything that, or at least not too much things that would be impacted by an opponent's pyroclasm, but also my own pyroclasm, because I do have 2 here, right? So yeah, the sideboard is the same as in the other one. So Yarmai ants will die to my own pyroclasm or to the opponent's pyroclasm, but they're kind of like a suicide creature, right? You're meant to just attack with them and they'll eventually die anyway because of the cumulative upkeep, or they'll be chump blocked, right? So it's it's mainly it's direct damage in creature form, basically, right? So it's meant to die anyway. Phyrexian War Beast doesn't fall to it, so that's good. Deadly Insect does, but I only have 1 of that, right? So it's mostly just, if I see it's a good time to do it, or maybe right after opponent plays a pyroclasm or uses a direct damage or something else, it's a good time, right? Or I'm thinking if I destroy their creatures, other creatures, it's just, I'm just trying different things out. It seems like it's possible, it'd be a good idea. But no Fine Heroes because just direct damage in general, creature destruction, but mainly pyroclasm. I was just afraid of that. So instead, my aggro will come from Wild Girls, full playset. So still 4 Incinerates. I played around with the lands here. I had a more basic lands. Only dropped to 1 Heart of Yarmai. I bought 2, but I only dropped it to 1 now. Just once again, because of the drawback. 4 Kaplusan Forest, 3 and then 1 here. And then still the 1 Thawing Glacier. I think Thawing Glaciers, this card and Necropotence are the 2 most expensive cards in. Oops, my mistake. I was going to say, well, actually, I'm not sure if Thawing Glaciers is, well, I guess I'm going to see. I'm pretty sure Thawing Glaciers is Alliances. I was going to say those 2 are the most expensive cards in Alliances. But I think Thawing Glaciers is, in Ice Age. Necropotence is definitely from Ice Age. I think Thawing Glaciers is from Alliances, but either way, we'll see. But you see, now I do have the full playset of Thermal cards. So 12 land destruction. I still have the 2 Forgotten Lords, 2 Libraries, right? Forgotten Lords are pretty cool because I can make these 12 land destruction into 14, right? Because I can just get them back. So it's pretty handy. I could bring back a creature. I can bring back direct damage. So it's a pretty useful, versatile card. So that's why I like it. So this is what I use to create this. If you don't want to go beyond this, if you like just this and then just don't want to spend a penny, you can use this and play a lot of games. There's a lot of online leagues. I used to do that when I had no money or when I preferred to spend my money in other things, right? Like the instruments you see here, right? I still do that, but now I have the expendable income to also, obviously, to spend on this stuff. All right, so that's what I use. These are the cards you're going to be seeing me open up over here. So I guess another thing I want to show is the actual Alice Facebook website, because this is I haven't played a single game yet. Of course, these are the cards, right? I need these, but I have been playing games in the old school format. It's been pretty fun. So now this is the one for Alice, right? So Alice, Ice Age, and Alliances. So this is where I got the idea from, and then so it's pretty cool, right? So anyone interested in this is where you're gonna go. Okay, so this is now what I actually bought, what you're gonna see. So this first big package here, this one here, I'll save this one for last. This is the breakdown. If you ever see like less than 4, it may have been part of another group, or I may have just had that 1 or 2 cards in my own personal collection. Anarchy, I think I only need 2 for the sideboard, but they're so cheap. Most of this is like, it's nuts. It's less than $1 for a playset, or maybe like a little bit over $1. Very few cards were over a few cents. Here you see 76 cards. I paid $100 for this particular order here. In total, it's over 100 cards, but this particular order here is from 76 cards for Anarchies for Baduvian Hordes, right? So I'm still playing around with how many Baduvian Hordes, right? 3 or 4 or 2. I was even doing 2. But the main thing is that I just wanted, whenever possible, I wanted to do a full playset. And I remember the days Baduvian Horde was one of those cards that everybody wanted. So it's pretty cool. And, nowadays it's so cheap. It's nuts. 4 Elvish Rangers. So I was thinking about Elvish Rangers, but once again, I'm afraid of pyroclasms. So I may opt for it. We'll see, right? But I still want it. I had to buy basic lands for this one. I do have lands, but they're like really not in good condition, right? So I just opted to buy them. So 4 of each. So I think 12 basic lands for forests and for mountains. I think it's plenty enough for in each of the formats. And not snow covered. That's something, they're more expensive, and I didn't need them for any of the cards here, right? So didn't go for that. Forgotten Lord, 20 cents per. Bought 4 Giant Girls. I'm not using it here, but just you guys know I like to have extra cards that I don't plan on using now, just to have them because they're staples, right? So I need to buy now Alice staples. Same thing here, Gorilla Shamans. I bought only 3 because I have 1 in pretty good condition. And whenever possible, I'm not going to show that my personal collection here of the cards I'm going to use for this Alice format. I think it's cool for me to, a couple cards here and there for my own personal collection. And Gorilla Shaman is like 27 cents. It wouldn't have cost me nothing to have the full playset. Nice near mint. All of these are near mint. Mine Gorilla Shaman, I don't know if it's near, maybe it's like light play. But I think it's just cool that I have some actual cards from when I was playing Ice Age in this deck, or just that I could in the pool of cards. So that's why you only see 3 here. Heart of Jeremiah, $5.24. So it's a little bit more expensive. I didn't want to buy the 4 because and either way, like it'd be like it's one of those cards like you wouldn't want to have 4. I think it might be legendary land. I'm not sure. Either way, but either way, it's just you have to sacrifice a forest, so you wouldn't want a full playset most often anyway, right? So Carplucent Forest, you do want 4 of these. So this is, I'll talk about this in this order. I got 2 of them. You see the different prices. Lava Burst, 1 here. I do have a couple more, I think, in another order, or maybe 1 more. I know I have a couple, 1 or 2 in my own personal collection. So that's why you don't see a full playset. Lorgoys, that's another card. Now it's less than $1, even cheaper than the Bolivian Horde. Everybody was crazy for Lorgoy in Ice Age time. So it's nuts that you can buy 4 near mint. It's a rare for less than $1 each. Monsoon, that's just a good sideboard card, and there's 27 each. So I just got, I'm pretty sure I got one more in the another order. I don't think I have any monsoons in my collection that I wanted to use. 12 months here, just like the 12 fours. Pillage 4, 74 cents each. Pyroclasm 4. I may have 1 or 2, I don't know. But once again, wasn't in good condition, so I just bought the 4 near mint. Thawing Glaciers, almost $30. Actually, from other sellers, I think it did go up to 30, right? So within that 30 range. So that's a reason why I just got 1. Plus the deck, it was hard for me to fit another one of these. So I think 1 is perfectly fine, but it's a pretty cool land. So this is one of the more expensive cards. So it is alliances. The 2 most expensive is the Force of Will, of course, over 100. And there's a black land. I forget the name, but if you're not playing black, you need to worry about that one. But that one's like in the $75 range, something like that, right? So, but then the next tier after those 2, you have the Thawing Glaciers tier. So that's just definitely by far the most expensive from here. Everything is mostly $1 or less or more, tiny bit more. If it wasn't for that, like everything I just in this order from across all of these is $150 for over 100 cards, and it's a full deck. That's I didn't really spare any expense. Like I bought what I wanted to buy. So those wanting to play vintage Magic, this is definitely a very viable alternative, especially if you're like me and this is kind of like where you fell in love with the game anyway, right? So that's why I wanted to also come into this format as well. Thermal cards, 47 cents each. I got 4. Wild Growths, I definitely had some Ice Age Wild Growths, but they were jacked up, so just bought 4. 34 cents each. So now this is a separate order. 17 cards. So the other one was 76. So we're past 90 now. This whole order for 17 cards was $7.75, less than $8. That's pretty nuts. So let's see which cards I got. So 4 Finehorn Elves, right? So right now I'm opting not to use them. Originally, when I made the order, I was thinking about it. I did have it, right? But then little by little, I phased them out, mainly because I'm afraid of Pyroclasm. And I have Pyroclasm as a sideboard, right? So it just seemed like it's at odds there. But still, very strong staple to have. 68 cents each one. So it's one of the more expensive commons. 4 Giant Trapdoor Spiders. I mean, 2. I think 2 are more in the other, or maybe I might have 1 or 2 in my own personal collection. But either way, here 35 cents each. I only got 2. Incinerate 3, 35 cents each. I think I have 1 in my personal collection. Orcish Lumberjacks 4. I'm not using these or Tenderwall, but these are staples. I was thinking about them originally, right? But since then I've opted not to, but it's good to have them. So that's everything less than $1 per card. So that's why it was less than $8 for 70 cards. So now 20 cards here in this next 20 cards for less than $7, right? So it's definitely, this is over 100 cards between everything. 4 deadly, 4 deadly insects, 2 from each art, 28 cents each one. 2 furries and warbeasts, 1 in each art, 28 cents each, because I have 2 myself. Storm Shaman, 3, 28 cents. I have 1 here. That's why I didn't need the 4th. Yeah, my ants, I needed all 4. 40 cents each. Giant Trapdoor Spider, 1. I think I have 1 more from the other set, right? I think and I have 1 or 2 in my personal, but it'll add up to 4. Stone Rain 3, I think I have 1 here. Woolly Spiders 3, I think I have 1 in my personal collection. So now this is, I wanted to talk about this. This order has not come yet. 2 Corpusum Forest. I had 2 over here in this batch, right? So I'm gonna have 2, but I'm missing 2. And it's been over 2 weeks. The 12 to 15 day time window has passed. So I contacted the seller. We'll see what happens. And I did wanted to mention that this is the second time it's happened to me recently in TCG Player. Oops. So another order that I made never got to me. So just for full disclosure, I want everyone to know what's been happening. There it is, Finch and Sparrow. Was it them, or let's see? Yeah, pretty sure it was Finch and Sparrow. So I ordered 2 Ivory Towers. So it's not super expensive, but not cheap either. $6.50 each card. I bought 2 of them because I had 2 other ones that I ordered from MTG Card Essentials. This one came and they had it cheaper for $5.50. So I have 2, which is good because I have those 2 towards building my the deck. And I only needed 2, right? So that's not going to prevent me from completing that one. But these 2 never came. So this one came in without tracking, so it's just a regular envelope, which is fine. Not everything needs tracking, but if there's, unfortunately, if there's any issues, then there might be some problems here. So I contacted the seller, mainly not because I wanted my money back or anything, right? Because honestly, it's obviously not their fault if the mail didn't get to me. I just wanted to double check with them, like just to make sure, hey, I didn't get it. Can you double check? Did you actually send these out? But yeah, they said they sent it out to me, the 2 Ivory Towers. But then when I contacted them, they said the 15 days hadn't passed. I think it did, but either way, they told me to wait a couple more days. It's been over a week now, but I'm choosing not to contact them about it because I don't want them to do anything, right? It's not their fault. And I've actually have another Finch and Sparrow order right here. I've ordered several times from them, right? So they're perfectly fine company, and I don't want their money. Right? I don't know if they would have offered it. I'm just, that's why I just didn't even email back, because it just, it's just the luck of the draw. And for my OCD, I'm just gonna end up buying 2 more, from anyway, right? The 2 Ivory Towers that never came to me. But now it's happened again. Kind of funny. Literally on the next order, it happened to me again. And here's MTG, so I just contacted them today, right? So we'll see what happens there. That'll probably be the same thing. Like if they tell me they shipped it and they tell me to keep waiting, I'll wait. And then if I never get it, I wouldn't hold it against them. I'm just, but this one is a $20 order, right? So maybe I've had tracking for orders less than $20. So, it's kind of, I don't like I don't feel like penalizing a store for something that's not out of their control, right? So, but I want full disclosure. If you buy from TCG Player, not just from them, like, but just eBay or whatever, right? And it has happened before also. Like I bought White Knights, I never got them. I don't know if it was TCG Player or eBay. I think that was eBay, but it happens. So either I'm thinking I'm going to purposely now ask for tracking. If it's $20, I would have paid a little bit more, like, to get tracking on it. Just to confirm, and I think you have more of a leg to stand on, and if there's any issues, if you're so inclined to, want your money back or whatever. Like I said, I don't feel comfortable doing that when it's not the seller's fault to begin with. But other people have other views, and a lot of times the sellers themselves want to, they feel like it's their responsibility, as sellers, out of their own volition, they want to do that anyway, right? So I'm not, speaking for or against the practice, I'm just personally, that's my opinion, and that's what I choose to do. All right, so we saw there what I ordered. Now let's take a look at, before I open stuff up, what I have here. So like I said, 25 years old, probably, right? So I literally bought a pack of Mirage, cut it up, put this little thing here, and I have other ones like this, right? So maybe one more. I think I drew it on that. So I have several boxes that are super old, definitely in the 20-year. And look at these cards. These here that look super clean. These are super clean. These are just some cards, newer cards that I just stashed in this spot because I didn't know where else to put it, right? So you see. So these are just old stuff that I'm not using for this, in this case. Just running out of space to put stuff. But I have an empty box here. So now I need to have a little couple boxes just for Alice now. And I guess I'll show quickly my old school boxes, just so you can see how I'm gonna end up, what I'm gonna end up doing with Alice. Oh yeah, look, alliances. And then this was for the rule book. I remember I put the rule book here. This is just from a binder's page. I cut off one of the sections, and then I remember I used to put the rule book here. So that's pretty cool to see. So yeah, look at these cards. So some of these cards here are just cards that are in good enough condition for me to reuse, right? Light played or played, slightly played. But whenever possible, I did wanted to use my own cards from literally that I had actually owned at the time. So let's see, the glares. I might do the other camera. Okay, this is a different one. So yeah, flipped over. All right, there we go. So yeah, this quality is not so good, unfortunately. I had a tablet that I was using as a camera that had a pretty good image. I don't know why it's crapped out on me recently. All right, so these are just random cards. 2-meter showers versus baubles. That's pretty funny. I got 2 of them. They're like $5-10, something like that. So I never ever played with them. That's why they look so good. Pretty much light played to near mint here. It looks a little grainy because of the camera quality. All right, so one essence filter here. Or do I have more? Here we go. 3 stone rings. Not perfect or anything, but mainly the front is good enough, presentable enough. So these I will be using, I think. We'll see. Orcish Lumberjack here. Oh yeah, there's Primitive Justice, Portent. These are pretty good. Oh yeah, and I remember back in the day I made a land destruction deck and I was using black for that one. I love misinformation and stunted growth. That combo. Very annoying. Goblin Mutant. A lot of people use this instead of Balduin Hordes, which I see the appeal, right? So I might opt for that, or in addition to, we'll see. But at least I have one. So here, Hydroblast. These are like $5 each. Arcane Denials, if I, a couple Dark Rituals, right? So this is just what I have. More Hydroblast. So I had over 4, so I'm good for the Hydroblast for blue. I didn't have the 4 Pyroblast. I have 3, I think. So I still needed some. Disenchants. Nature's Lore. Right, so this is just random cards that I may be using that have some kind of value. Four. Okay. Oh, I do have some 500, but I ended up buying 4 anyway because these are, well, they're not bad, but so some of these I may use, some of these I may not. But I just separated them as they have potential to be used. 4 Orcish Cannoneers. Now, though, the ones I'm actually going to use in this deck for my own personal collection. So the 2, so I have 4 since photos. Oops, my mistake. So I have, these are the best 4. The other 2, I think, the other ones that you saw are pretty good ones also, but these are the 4 best ones. So these are actually going to go. So I got 2 Federation War Beasts. That's why I only got 1 of each art because these 2 I'm going to use in the deck. I have more than 1 Shaman, but this is the one that was this basically near mint because I never used it. So I think this is, I do have 4 Stone Rains, but I think this is the best one. The other 3 I may not use at all because I believe I ended up buying more, right? So same thing for Incinerate. This one is actually not the best condition. It's decent, but not, it definitely shows wear, especially in that corner right there. But this is such an iconic Ice Age card. I wanted to use one of the ones that I own. So I'm using this one. Lava Burst. Oh, so I do have 3 of them. Pretty decent condition. Actually, so-so. Yeah, I like so-so, but good enough. 1 Gorilla Shaman. I never use this thing. This thing is near mint or like played at best, at worst. So I have 1, so that's why I only got 3. Then I have 1 of each Woolly and Trapdoor Spiders in so-so condition, especially in the front looks better than the back. But that's why I didn't need a full playset for me to buy them. 3 Pyroblasts. So I got the 1 that I was missing. 1 Avalanche here. I didn't buy any. I was thinking about this also as a sideboard card. But I might just, if I do put it, I might just need this single Avalanche anyway. So, but I might just, like I said, to have the full playset and for my OCD, I might just get the other 3. All right, so that's what I have or already had. So now let's get to opening the new cards, right? So there's been a lot of talking and I haven't even opened anything yet. Oh, I guess one last thing. So this is how I currently have my old school stuff. So this particular box here has white, black, and blue cards. And the ones that are sleeved are the ones that I intend either to use or have the strong potential of being used. So this has the lands, artifacts, red and green. What is this? Oh, this is the actual deck that I'm using at the moment. An old school deck. So yeah, this one over here. So these are the old school cards that I wanted as available to me, but they didn't deserve, for me to use any of these sleeves on them yet, right? So as needed, as I make a new deck and then, oh, I need this card actually, right? So these are just some staples that I wanted handy, but they're not necessarily in the pool of cards ready to be used. So I'll do something similar with these. Some of these is just, I want to have them just to have them because they have a potential to be used, but I'm not necessarily going to sleeve them up. It's going to be probably like this. The ones I sleeve up are the ones that are actually going to be in the deck that I am making here. So I'm going to take these out. Maybe I sleeve them now. Maybe I don't. We'll see. The video is already running pretty long. All right, so I guess I'll show the listing one final time as I open these up. So this is the biggest one, so I'll do this at the end. Let's do this one, 8+ cards. I think it's this one. yeah, A+ cards. Just give me an envelope and all right. So the receipt, I guess I want to keep this. Give it to me in a binder page. Well, I guess that makes sense. All right. And then he used these as barrier. 3 incinerates. Looking decent. I don't know about near mint. Ooh, yeah, this middle one has a lot of. Oh yeah, that's not near mint. Not even close. It has a lot of smudges on it. Like you have to turn it around a little. These are near mint. 3 Orcish lumberjacks. So 3 of each so far. I also have a few, right? But the condition wasn't the best, so I ended up buying 4 as well. So yeah, these are pretty good near mint. 2 giant trapdoor spiders. 1 near mint, 1 little. I guess it's just old. Oh, another. So this completes the 4 Orcish lumberjacks. And then the 4 tinder walls. So let's double check that what I got is, what is this? 4 finer house right here. 2 giant trapdoor spiders right here. 3 incinerates. 3 incinerates right here. 4 Orcish lumberjacks. 4 tinder walls. So 17 cards right there. 4, 8, 11, 13, 17. Right, so yep. For less than $8. And like I said, this whole thing, over 100 cards, I built a full competitive deck in Alice and with extra cards to spare for $150. So very viable option instead of going old school. You know, this is just 1 year later and the price is like over 10 times less. So it's nuts. For not even the cost of 1 dual land, I've got all these cards. Maybe like the cheaper ones, like in heavy plate condition. But yeah, but you can get, for that same price, you can get all these in near mint to light plate condition. Pretty nuts. All right. So for tinder walls, so the 3, then I needed 1 more, just for my, so these are my personal cards that I already had. There it is. That's my 4th incinerate. You can tell the one that's mine because it's the only one that has any kind of frame, which is fine. 4, 4, 4 fine heart elves. 4, 4, 4 incinerates. 2 giant trapdoor spiders, 2 minty ones, and then I'm gonna put mines. I think it's one. Yeah, there it is. So this one, once again, you can tell which one is mine. All right, so for this, I'm not gonna, other than the most expensive cards, I'm not gonna put it up on the big screen. I think this is perfectly fine. And 4 fine heart elves. So these are my cards here. All right. Finch and Sparrow. So 20 cards. This is what I should be getting here. All right, let's open this up. You can see my dog there in the corner. So bubble mailer. The other one just came in a envelope. So these. So the receipt with the list and then a business card over here. Pretty cool. All right. Ooh. Well, the other one is just more generic stuff, basic stuff. Now here we're getting more spicy stuff. So the Jeremiah ants, the other giant trapdoor spider, the deadly insects. All right, looks cool. Oh, and this another reason why I'm making this video now. I could have made this video like over a week ago, but I've been, like I said, I've been holding for that the two other conclusion fours to come. Of course, I didn't expect it to take this long, but then hasn't showed up. So I just, if there's any issues with like the amount, this happened to me before, like, oh, I didn't get the right amount here. I don't want it to be suspicious, like, hey, why did it take you over a week to complain? Why are you complaining now, right? So, just wanted to, hopefully I can avoid that if there's any issues. Hopefully there's none. Okay, it's like all over the place. Oh, okay, it's kind of weird. All right, so let's do the groups. 2, 4 deadly insects, the 2, 1 shaman. Okay, there we go. 4 my ants. 1, 3 stone rings, and then 3. So let me double check. Let's compare. Well, yeah. Deadly insects 4, 2 of each art. There it is. Fire action war beast 2 only, 1 of each art. There it is. 3 storm shaman. Oh, there we go. That's the issue. Yeah, right? Am I going crazy here? 1 storm shaman only. 4 my ants. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 giant trapdoor spider. There it is. 3 stone ring. There it is. 3 woolly spider. There it is. I did not get 3 storm shamans. Only got 1. And it's like 50 cents. Am I gonna complain about this? I think I do have a couple, right? So I'll probably just end up putting the ones that I have here. But there you go. It happens. So actually, right? It's at the end of the world. You're out. I'm out 50 cents, right? It's more, honestly, it's more like just annoying than anything else, right? Like monetarily, it's nothing. It's just like, okay, I thought I was done, with this, but no, I gotta still deal with this when me not having 4 stone shamans. All right, so it says 20 cards, so that means 4, 5, 7, 11, 12, 15, 18, right? So yeah, there was 2 missing. All right, so that's unfortunate because, yeah, I mean, these are pretty, yeah. So honestly, these are the important ones. 4 Mayans, near mint, definitely. The 1 storm shaman, minty, definitely. So it's giving me definitely what I'm ordering. These do look near mint, all of these. So nice 3 stone rings, definitely, yeah. So I'm happy with the condition. It's just a mistake. And I do not have some other storm shaman, so, or maybe I just buy them, whatever. But I'm not gonna reach out to complain about this. Such a small thing. All right, so 3, so this is complete already, 4. And then I gotta see what I do with this one. All right, so 4 my ends here. So I have there we go, my 4th woolly spider. Even my own is actually pretty good condition. I guess I never used it. So there we go, stone rain. That one you can tell. But that completes the 4. And then the 2, there we go. 2, version War Beast. Definitely, you can tell my copies. And then this giant trapdoor spider. I think this completes. Yep. 1, 2, 3. Here's the fourth. And then you can tell the one that came from me. Right here. All right. So here's when it's a full playset, 4, or at least for the most part, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Yeah. So I'm having the full playsets here. This is still my cards. This is not the Storm Shaman that's supposed to be 4, but now it's only 1. Here's my, so 2. I'm pretty sure I had 2 more, so it's not a big deal. Like I said, it's more annoying than anything. All right, so now this is the big one. 76 cards in this one. Let's open it up and then we'll confirm. Ooh, I'm getting a little resistance here. Want to make sure. Okay, it's the receipts, but still. So this is the one from TCG Direct. I think it's called. This is the first time it didn't come in that license plate sleeve thing. So the list, we'll see if. Yep, here's the Thawing Glacier. So this is the only one they've put in a what's this called? The top deck. Man, it's been a while since I'm getting bulk stuff. Like I forget the terms now. So in one of these. All right. So, but this is the most important, the most expensive. So I'm glad they took the time to put this one in that extra layer of protection. So 1 Thawing Glaciers looks really nice. Yeah. So this one, oh yeah, oof, this is yeah, near mint. I was about to say mint, but then it has slightly frayed at the bottom here, but beautiful condition. And this is the most expensive card in this whole. So yeah, unfortunately, yeah, this camera is not amazing. The other one is way better, but I'll see what I do. But you get an idea there. All right, so that one's settled. Let me keep. All right, so this is the ones already got mingled with my own, and these are 100% my own. But this should complete some of them. All right, and then he stuffed all the other ones, 75 cards into one of these. Ooh, Bodegan Horde. I'm excited about them. They're cheap nowadays, but they were very expensive. Everybody wanted them at the time. All right, and they look, this one, at least the top one, looks solid from the back. Ooh, beautiful. 4 Baduian Hordes. I never, ever got one in a pack. I always wanted. And now I can buy 5 for what? $5? I mean, for $5, nuts. So yeah, very nice condition. Definitely near mint. So happy with that. This is the Thawing Glacier, just very bright. All right, 4 Elvish Archers. Near mint, yep, they look good. All right, 1. Oh, my mistake. 3 Gorilla Shamans, all right. We should just have quick inspection here, yeah. So 3. This one has 3. This one has 1 only. These have 4. All right, 2 Yavimaya. Heart of Yavimaya. So they're regular lands. They're not legendary lands, but they still sacrifice. These were $5 and change each. Yep, near mint. Looks good. So I got 2 of those only. Pillage 1, 2, 3, 4. I need all 4. I love Richard Kane Ferguson's art. Awesome. So that's four anarchies. 1, 2, 3, 4. Near mint. Yep, looks good. All right. 4 of that force for the second force. Oops. Okay, there we go. 4 of the other force. All right, so yeah, 4 force, decently near mint. Yep. So even though I'm only using 2 Forgotten Lords, right? Just so cheap. Just got the full playset. Yeah. Near mint. 4 Giant Growth. So you tend to want to have the cards from the set itself, right? So I have Giant Growth in from my old school, right? So and I think they do allow you to use other cards from others, as long as it's a Giant Growth, right? But it's encouraged to be 100% compliant in Alice, and not just here. Yeah, in Alice, I mean, yeah. So using the Ice Age Giant Growth. There it is, 4. All right, there we go. 2 Carplucent Force. Yeah, very nice. This one's a little smudge in it. So yeah, little disappointing, but it's not a big deal. All right, let me up close this one because this is the next $5 and change for these. All right, so I only got 2 of these. So I'll put this here. And the 2 batch, 1 Lava Burst. I guess I have the other 3. Ooh, 4 Logors. Same thing here. These were super expensive. Well, $20 or 10, 15. Back in the day, now they're like less than $1 each. I'm only using 1 in the deck currently. Maybe I might bump it up more than that. But, just it's cool to have a full playset whenever possible, especially if it's so cheap. And most of this stuff is 4, 3 monsoons only. That's weird. 1, 2, 3. All right, we'll see. We'll see if I only got 3. I don't think I saw one there, so I think that's wrong. We'll see. 4 mountains of the first art. 4 mountains of the second art. 4 mountains of the third art. 4 pyroclasms. There we go. This top one doesn't look near minty, but whatever, close enough. All right. 4 thermal cards and then 4 wild growths. All right, so let's double check. I got exactly, I gotta double check with the monsoon here. So the top one here. So let's take it in order. 4 Anarchy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Flip it around. 4 Balduvian Hordes. Yep, confirmed. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 Elvish Ranger female. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. So the 12 force. 4, 4, 4. So same thing, right? So lands, the Ice Age lands, right? So even though I'm sure everybody has lands from all the other sets, it's encouraged to be compliant as much as you can. So that's the lands. Then 4 Forgotten Lore. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll flip these 4s around, I guess. 4 giant grows. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 gorilla shamans. 1, 2, 3, because I have 1 there. 2 heart of Yamamayas, just because I don't see the point of having 4. But I might just do it anyway. It's cheap enough. We'll see. 2 Carplucent Forests right there. I still need 2 more, so that I gotta see what happens with that. 1 Lava Burst, yep. So I must have the other ones. 4 Lord Goys. Ooh, 3 Monsoons. So it is right. Okay, so I thought. So did I get another one then? Okay. Or maybe I'm messing up here. We'll see. So 4 Lorgoys, here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 Monsoons. So it is correct then. So I was wrong about that. That means I must have one. So that's why it's good for me to review all this in case I made a mistake. So the 12 mountains, 4, 4, 4. Pillage 4. Pyroclasm 4. I do have Pyroclasm, I believe, but they're jacked up. 1 Thawing Glaciers. 4 Thermal Cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 Wild Growths. And then that is the last. All right, so good. So I got everything, of course, except the 2 shamans, storm shamans. Plus, I still have to get the 2 Carplucent Forests. I never got these 2 Ivory Towers. But so Finch's Sparrow, I never got this one from them. It's not their fault. I believe they sent it. But then they messed up on my 2 storm shamans here. But that's like 50 cents, whatever. I'm not gonna cry over that. Mistakes happen. So that's pretty cool. So I guess what I can do, well, I'll finish off with the sorting here. So now that I can confirm what I did get, so this is the new batch here, just finishing off stuff. So I think that's the only thing that doesn't have 4. Yeah, everything else has 4. So I don't see another monsoon here at all. So I'm not sure what I did. I may have just made a mistake there. Or maybe here. So this is my other batch. Did I have a monsoon here? I didn't notice any gold cards. Yeah, I don't have. So I think they may have just been a mistake on my end. I'll sort that out. All right. But yeah, I don't see anything there. So I'll see what I can do about the 4 storm shamans there. All right, so 4. So I'm putting these in the 4 pile, 4, 4. So actually everything was okay. There we go. No, I was just supposed to say everything was 4. No, 3 gorilla shamans. I do have my 4th one here, I believe. There it is. So I think it's just cool that some of these cards are literally my own from when Ice Age and Alliances came out that I bought as a teenager. Okay, so these 2, these are just what it is. I'm not getting any more. So 1 Lava Burst. So I must have, yep, the other 3 here. Little use. Here's the 4. That makes the 4th. For Lorgoys, the 3 monsoons. I gotta see why I chose to get 3. It just may have just been a mistake. We'll see. 4 Pillage, 4 Pyroclasms, 1 Thawing Glacier. That's fine. And then 4, 4. 1, 2, 3. All right, so I have the 4 essence filters. That's 3. So I think I didn't get the 4th one for this one because I didn't need it. I only have 3 in the sideboard, and it was like a little expensive, like $5-10, right? And then yeah, I didn't want to add too much of at least something that's expensive that I wasn't gonna use at the moment, right? So. All right, so then this is it here. I'm gonna now, actually, yeah, I think I wanted to sleeve stuff up, but I think I just that's literally going to add another 30 minutes to all this. So I'll just leave a couple of cards here and there. So yeah, just the lands basically. But just to show you, the final process and all this. So these are just cards extra that we use. So I have perfect fit sleeves here. I was debating on changing the color and having a different color for Alice, but you never know what can be used from one to another set, because Ice Age was used with old school, right? So that was type 1.5, right? So, depending on the format, I may be using some of these cards together with some of the old school 1994 cards, right? So that's what made me not get different colored sleeves. So here I got some more in anticipation for all these. So more perfect fit sleeves, more of the same color. But first I'm using these up before, of course, before I open up any new ones. So the perfect fit sleeves, I put these from the top. Tight fit on that, and then I kind of pinch it here and then pinch it against itself as I'm putting it in, because it's such a tight fit, it just comes loose. The two sleeves catch on each other, and then the card begins to slide off the inner sleeve. So imagine now me doing this 75 times, 60 cards, main deck, and then 15 card sideboard. Well, -2, right? Because I never got the 2. Actually, I think I have 3 Storm Shamans in the deck, right? So I'm low a couple cards from building, which is annoying, right? I wanted to already have this deck ready. But I guess I could just put in more. For the Kaplusins, that's the more annoying one, because nothing replaces these. Basic lands is just, I'll have to do that, but like they have these tournaments every now and then, so if there's nothing coming up anytime soon, I might just be able to get those missing cards before I play anything anyway, right? So we'll see. Hopefully that's the case, but I guess I can swap certain things out in the meantime if I really want to play. All right, so that gives you a little clue as how I'm gonna sleeve the rest stuff. It's gonna be in a similar format that I had the other ones. I'm just gonna sleeve up my immediate deck, 60 cards when I get all 60. And then the sideboard, 15 card sideboard, all the other cards, I'm gonna stay unsleeved. But it's within the Ice Age Alliance's Alice pool. Right, so this empty box here, we'll see. But there it is. A couple of, so 2 missing cards, 2 Storm Shamans. I ordered 3 Monsoons only, so I'm assuming I got 1 in there I got to look for. Or it may have just been a mistake, right? So it's possible. But now this is, hopefully this is a really big reveal in terms of what joining Alice looks like, in terms of the price you'll pay, how you're going to get the cards, the condition that you get them in, the price that you pay for the condition, right? And just the full scope of researching, playing, practicing with the Cockatrice program, and then finding the cards, buying them, getting them, sleeving them up, right? So hopefully this gives you a nice scope into joining Alice Alliance's Ice Age. And I will also give more updates with this format as well, because like I said, although it's technically not 92-94 old school, which was my original intention for this channel, nonetheless, it's literally just a year later, right? So it's still vintage Magic. It's just doesn't have all the powerful cards, so it doesn't have that prestige, at least in comparison, right? So definitely there's a lot of prestige in Necropons and Force of Will, right? But Thawing Glaciers, another awesome card, but for the most part, this is not even one step below 92, 94 also is like several steps below, right? So, but then again, it's reflective in the price that you pay. So anybody interested in just playing vintage Magic, this is a great alternative to 93, 94, especially if this is around the time that you started anyway, right? So for me, this is where the nostalgia begins, and Ice Age especially, and also Ice Age. So I'm pretty excited to join this new format, and also my wallet is very excited that I can more freely, more easily add more cards to this format without breaking the bank, while I still pay for a lot of the cards from the 92, 94 old school that I'm still playing, right? So I'm still dealing with that. That's why this was very a very good option for me, because I still have the itch of buying cards, of playing more games, and then this satisfies that itch of me still getting more cards, still playing games that I'm interested in, but at a much lower cost. So hopefully this gives you guys all that feedback in terms of price, cards, card pool, building decks, practicing things out before you buy, or if you decide not to buy, just giving you those options in terms of how you can play online without spending a penny as well, right? So, all right, so I'm going to end this video up to here. Thank you for watching.